Three Strikes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Three Strikes. I am your host, John K. Someday we'll get consistency back, and someday we'll get a second person to work with. But now you have just me, and I know this looks a little different if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I think it's called, or Apple Music, which one of the two, or anywhere else you listen to your podcast, we are now on YouTube. This is extremely terrifying. Yeah, it's something new. We're giving it a shot. We'll see what happens. But we have some stuff I want to talk about, and we're gonna do it in a little different format. In the spirit of it being Three Strikes, we are gonna do Three Strikes. We have 3 talking points that I would like to discuss. Like I said, a little different format, and I'm excited to give it a shot. So, I mean, a little different format other than it being on YouTube now, and I'm staring into your soul if you're watching on YouTube. So, strike number 1 I would like to talk about is... I'm gonna turn myself down real quick before I get too far. But strike number 1 I'd like to talk about, pair of Game 6's tonight. This is being recorded on Friday the 12th. New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat, and the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Warriors, another classic LeBron James versus Steph Curry matchup. It's been a good series so far. I haven't to watch any games, but I've been catching the highlights as it's gone on, and oh man, I have a lot of stuff to watch tonight. Currently, you'll see me peek over to my right-hand screen. I'm currently watching NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series qualifying. They race at 7:30. We'll talk about them later. You can't hear it, I hope. That'll be up to my editor, which he's not very good. That's why these things don't come out very often. But back to the pair of Game 6's. If the Lakers win tonight, they will move on to face the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. I believe that's a rematch from the bubble, if I did my reading correctly. A Western Conference Finals matchup from the bubble. And then Celtics Sixers, Game 7 is on Sunday. Not going to talk about that very much in this episode. We'll probably recap it maybe early next week if we don't have anything going on. We'll do 2 episodes next week. But tonight, Heat Knicks, I believe the game is at 7:30, same time that the Truck Series starts, so I will have to split my attention. But playoff Jim Butler, I mean, what more can be said? 32 points per game in the playoffs, 31.9 if you want to be specific. In this Knicks series, he has missed a game, but is averaging 24, almost 25 points per game. The interesting thing that I saw, and the thing I'm really looking forward to in this game, if Jimmy does play, he was listed as a game time decision. In the 2 closeout games against the Bucks, in games 4 and 5, he had 56 points in game 4, 19 of 20 shooting, and then in game 5 to close it out, 42 points on 17 of 33 shooting. I think we're going to see a performance like that again tonight from Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy steps up his game when it comes to big games, and we've seen that plenty of times. We saw that especially a lot on their run to the finals in the bubble, which I don't think gets talked about enough. But Jimmy Butler is just he's a different breed. He's a different animal in especially in the playoffs and big games. I'm looking forward to what he does tonight versus the Knicks. Jalen Brunson dropped 38 to keep the series alive in game 5. I think it's going to be a barn burner tonight. I really do. I think that the Heat win tonight at home in Miami to send themselves to the Eastern Conference Finals. And they're the 8 seed, but they're definitely not playing like the 8 seed team. A lot of playoff experience. Kyle Lowry coming off the bench. This Heat team, a lot of them have been, if I remember correctly, a good amount of them were on that bubble team. So they have the experience to make the deep playoff run. I think it's going to take another heroic effort from Jalen Brunson to keep the Knicks alive here in Game 5. Or Game 6, my bad. I looked over at my notes and saw Game 5. And Julius Randle, I think, is going to have a big game also. I think I think it could be possible that it's one of those games where you need Brunson to drop 30 plus and Julius Randle to drop 30 plus. I think he had 25 in game 5. It was 25 or 24. But yeah, I think the Heat win tonight. I think Jimmy Butler has a big game. I think he drops 45 plus. I it's just a feeling I have. He's gonna turn it up. He's gonna take a lot of shots. He's gonna get to the free throw line. He's gonna make an impact defensively, and that's really what I'm looking for in Game 6 tonight from the Heat. And again, like I said, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, I think are both gonna have to drop 30 plus for the Knicks to win. And Stephen A. Smith will probably be pissed if the Knicks lose, but much like Giannis talked about when he got eliminated, it's not a failure. It's been a great season for the Knicks. A lot of good things to build on, and I genuinely think if they can keep putting it together, find a couple more pieces to go along with the core that they have, Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, I think that team again could run next year, but I think their season ends tonight. Lakers Warriors game 6. I did not see where it's at. I believe it is in LA. Um boy. Uh game game 5. It's been interesting. A lot of what I see on social media, it is why does it not just tell me? Good lord. We will figure it out. But um there's been, I feel like, a lot of smack talk going on between teams. Steve Kerr talking about flopping, uh, um, and LeBron firing back and saying, in the 20 years I've been in the league, none of my teams have worked flopping. When LeBron James, yeah, from time to time, he's a bit of an actor. But I also understand it. I mean, me and Cal talked about it a lot when we used to do the show all the time. Braun, big, strong, physical player, goes to the rim a lot. It takes a lot to knock him off course. So maybe there is a little bit of acting going on so he can shoot some free throws. But also you get the star power, getting the calls made for them. The game is in Los Angeles tonight. It's gonna be another classic. It's gonna be another classic. It's gonna be another chapter in the story. LeBron versus Steph, whether it's the Cavs or the Lakers versus the Warriors. And I'm expecting the stars to show out tonight. And Anthony Davis listed as a game time decision also, after taking a nasty blow to the head. It looked bad. I know a lot of people were kind of clowning him for getting rolled off in a wheelchair, but I mean, if you really get your bell rung sometimes, yeah, you have to do what you have to do. If that means taking a wheelchair to the locker room, I mean, it's tough to walk sometimes after you get hit in the head, especially you catch an elbow like that, not expecting it, get brain scrambled a little bit. Something interesting I found looking at the box score, and I scrolled all the way through the regular season, and it is going. It it was. I looked up and down a couple times. I couldn't see anything. John Green, he dropped 20 in Game 5. A big part of the reason the Warriors won. That's the second time this playoff run he has dropped 20 points in a game. Didn't do it a single time this regular season. I think his season high was 19. I mean, you have to take those nights when you can get them from Draymond. Obviously, not a world beater when it comes to scoring the basketball. But if you have another game where he drops 15 to 20, you can see the Warriors knotting this thing up at 3 games apiece and going back to, I believe it's the Chase Center is their home court. And then you have, the greatest spectacle, good lord, sorry about that, in sports in Game 7. Everybody loves Game 7s. LeBron would hate it if they went to a Game 7. I know a lot of people on social media would be going crazy about the script being leaked to a corgi, and dogs can't read, so you're all idiots. I did watch the highlights, and something interesting I heard. Both teams had 15 turnovers in Game 5, but at one point, Golden State had 20 points off of 10 Laker turnovers. I mean, he averaged out, that's scoring every time that the Lakers turned the ball over. It was pretty close coming up to the half, and then it looked like the Lakers fell apart a little bit. Oh, but game 6, we're gonna pick a winner. I, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. You can't bet against either team, honestly. I think Anthony Davis needs to dominate this game. Um, if Anthony Davis can do that, I think the Lakers win. But man, how do you count out Stephen Curry? I mean, and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and the whole Warriors bunch. Kevon Looney has been huge. He looked like he was wreaking havoc all over Game 5. Oh, I think we see Game 7. I think the Warriors win tonight. Oh, I don't know. I might come to regret that, but I think that's just how it's gonna go. I think they force Game 7. I think the Lakers end up winning the series, but I think I can see the Warriors winning tonight, forcing Game 7, and then man, all bets are off when it goes to Game 7. Especially because you have Game 6 Klay. Going with the Warriors. Strike 2. Interesting things I've seen about the MLB. The other day, the entirety of the American League East was better than the American League Central record-wise. This is no longer true. Oh boy, the Yankees have 21 wins on the season. The Twins also have 21. The Twins have played one less game and lost one less game. They have a better winning percentage, so technically they would be above the Yankees. But the fact still remains, everybody in the AL East is over 500. The Baltimore Orioles are in second. It is incredible. It's really been a movie for the Orioles the last couple seasons. The young talent has showed up, and they have produced Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, just to name the two off the top of my head that really stick out to me. They have, I mean, that entire culture in Baltimore has shifted. The Rays obviously off to a hot start. We're gonna have to talk about something. They've only lost 9 games. The Oakland A's have won 8. Kind of skipping ahead here, but when will the A's win their 10th game? It might not be till June. That is how bad the Oakland Athletics are. Are they moving to Vegas? Maybe. Are they moving to Orlando? Who knows? But wow, the A's are absolutely pitiful, and it's an absolute disgrace because that I mean, such a storied franchise, and yeesh, they're bad. They are bad. Oh boy. Like historical types of bad. Hate to see it. I do have a soft spot in my heart for the Oakland Athletics. Would like to see them do good. I think it's good for baseball when small market teams like the A's, like the Rays, when they're doing good. I think it makes baseball better. It shows everybody, it's not dominated by the powerhouses, the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Red Sox, but I think baseball needs for the A's to be good, and oh boy, it's going to be a long time before they are good if they keep doing what they're doing and shipping out all the good talent they have. Yikes! It's an embarrassment, quite frankly. Shout out to the hometown team, the Detroit Tigers. They've won 7 of their last 10. They're second in the AL Central. They started out absolutely garbage. They were horrible to start the year. Javi Baez sucked. Plain and simple. Javi Baez was trash. I have told many people, especially when the signing happened, that I thought that it was an awful decision to sign him, just because the highs are extremely high with Javi Baez, but the lows are, oh my god, why is he even on an MLB roster? I have no room to speak. I understand that. I'm sitting in my apartment recording this and not playing professional baseball, but my god, he is bad. Um, oh, yikes! It is rough to watch. Because he can't hit, he can't even field, which, quite frankly, is one of, I mean, that's the quite arguably the best part about Javi Baez's game is his defensive ability. But it seems like when he goes off the cliff, everything goes. base running, fielding, obviously the hitting. Um, but the good news for the Tigers, obviously they're on a roll. They've won 7 of their last 10, second in the AL Central, creeping up on 500. I don't know if they are at 500. But also good news, Javier Baez has remembered how to play baseball. The Tigers are 17 and 19 right now. But Javi Baez has remembered how to play baseball. He got benched. He forgot how many outs there were. He got benched on April 13th, so almost a month ago to the day. But since then, it has been phenomenal. He was hitting 122 at the time. .122 with 0 home runs. He was slugging 0.146, garbage. Average is now up to 256. He hit 3 home runs in the span of like 5 games, I think it was. He's hitting 314 in May, slugging 600. Javi Baez, is he back? God, I hope so, for the sake of my sanity. Oh boy, I hope he keeps hitting well, because then I would love to look like an idiot for saying the Javi Baez signing was awful. At times it has. I've looked like a genius, and at other times I have looked like an idiot. Right now I kind of look dumb with the 3 homers and 314 batting average in May. I know people don't take a lot of stock in batting average. Whatever. I don't care. I do. It means they're putting the ball in play. But yeah, Javi Baez finally starting to turn it up. Does he keep it going? I don't know. I hope so. Would like to see the Tigers do good. They're not going to make the playoffs unless they win the division. The ALS, the AL East, way, way too good for the Tigers to not win the division and make the playoffs. But hey, it is the AL Central. They're all garbage. The Twins are doing really bad right now. Carlos Correa got booed the other day. Anything is possible in baseball. And strike 3 on this episode. It is NASCAR Throwback Weekend, baby. I'm so excited. I love Throwback Weekend. It's the best, at the best track on the circuit at Darlington in South Carolina. Like I said, currently watching Craftsman Truck Series qualifying. Christian Eckes on the pole with Matt DiBenedetto behind him, and William Byron in third. William Byron, Cup Series regular, running in the trucks this weekend. You see that a lot at tough tracks, road courses, Darlington. You see a lot of the Cup regulars venture down to the lower series. I think they get to run 5 races a season in the lower tiers. I don't remember if that's true or not. They don't earn points. We are going to talk about it momentarily, though, on how it kind of screws up a lot of things. Next weekend, the trucks, I believe, are racing there. The Cup Series is going there for All-Star Weekend. They're going to North Wilkesboro for the first time since 1994. This is huge for the sport. It makes you wonder what other tracks you might see make a comeback. I know there's been a lot of people clamoring for Rockingham to make a comeback. North Wilkesboro was about dead, and then it got put on iRacing. Thanks to Dale Jr. You're the best, sir, if you ever see this somehow. But North Wilkesboro's back. There's going to be actual racing. There's going to be Cup cars there. It should be awesome. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch it. But for this weekend, at one of the other jewels of the NASCAR world, Darlington, like I said, my absolute favorite track on the circuit. Grant Enfinger's coming off a win at Kansas for GMS. Shout out GMS, one of my favorite teams. Corey LaJoie this weekend, Cup regular. He will be in the Spire Motorsports, I think it's Motorsports. Number 7, Bubba Wallace will be in the Tricon Garage number 1. William Byron will be in the KBM, Kyle Busch Motorsports, number 51. Nick Sanchez was fastest in practice. I don't think he is qualified yet. He did hurt the truck in practice. He hit the wall. Teams doing some work on the truck to make it so that he qualifies well. Nick Sanchez has 2 poles on the season already. He's been really, really fast. Almost had a win at Texas. Carson Hocevar, one of my favorite Truck Series drivers right now, ended up getting the win. Kind of controversial. Uh, Man, this weekend, ooh, tough pick. It's always tough when there's a lot of Cup guys, and I say a lot, but there's only three in the truck field this weekend, but they're all extremely talented. Corey LaJoie's ran really well in the truck when he's raced for Spire. Bubba Wallace is a Truck Series winner. And I mean, the talent gap I feel between Truck Series and the Cup is very large. Even the vehicles drive very differently. The Cup Series guys always stand out. William Byron is going to be super tough as it sits right now. I think he was third. He still is third in Truck Series qualifying in a Kyle Busch Motorsports truck. They're gonna be up top. Oh, I forgot Ross Chastain also in the field in the 41 for Nice Motorsports. Um, it's tough, and it's tough to pick a winner when there's Cup guys in the field because you automatically want to pick the Cup guys. I'm not gonna do that because it's my show. I'm gonna pick whoever the hell I want. That being said, I'm gonna pick Carson Hocevar. Shocker, if you know me. I have I have backup for it. Carson Hocevar, he was third in practice just now, has not qualified yet. Um, Really good one lap pace. I didn't see anything on like a 5 or 10 lap run pace. Uh, but he was fast in practice. Third quick. I just said that, but I'm gonna reiterate it. I need to back my point up, okay? Uh, he finished second there last fall. I believe John Hunter Nemechek won the race, if I can read correctly. Oh, that's not the right thing, but I believe John Hunter won that race. Carson Hocevar finished second. He's shown speed at Darlington, and those Nice trucks have been good at times this year. I feel like he's been up front a lot. I believe he was up front at Kansas before he got wrecked out. So it'll be I think it'll be Carson Hocevar parking it in victory lane. Hopefully not controversially. That's my pick for the Truck Series. Next, moving on to the Xfinity Series. They had the week off last week while the Cup Series and the trucks were at Kansas. Ryan Truex coming off his first career win at Dover, the brother of one-time Cup champion Martin Truex Jr., who also won at Dover for the Cup cars on Monday. Justin Allgaier and Noah Gragson of Junior Motorsports were your winners last year. Sheldon Creed had his heart frickin' broke and stomped on by Kyle Larson. I tried to throw a slide job going to 4. This is why I'm not necessarily a fan of the Cup guys running with the lower tier guys. I understand why they do it. Seat time is crucial, especially with limited practice and qualifying and blah, 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 blah. I would love for them to bring practice back, more practice. I think it would be better for the sport. But sometimes you're going to have that where Kyle Busch is going to dominate a truck or an Xfinity race. Kyle Larson's going to come in and whoop the field. But Sheldon Creed led 47 laps. Gragson and we're going back and forth a lot. Gragson led a bunch of laps too. And Larson tried to throw, if I remember correctly, Larson tried to throw a slider. Sheldon Creed and him both ended up in the wall. Noah Gragson slides through, wins the race. I wasn't mad. I love Noah Gragson. He's awesome. But Sheldon Creed showed a lot of speed, had a chance to make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens this weekend. I again expect it to be a banger. Darlington's always a banger in every series. Cup guys, well, notables. I'll say notables because it's some Cup guys, some truck guys. Ty Dillon's in the number 3 for RCR, Richard Racing. Interested to see how Ty runs. Ty most of the time doesn't get very good equipment. The RCR cars have shown a lot of speed this year. Kyle Larson is in the number 10 for Colleague. Corey Heim, Truck Series regular, in the 24 for Sam Hunt Racing. Carson Hocevar in the 77 for Spire. And Ross DeBoss Chastain will be in the 91 for DGM. I think he's the only one doing triple duty this weekend, actually. He is. So interested to see how Ross runs in the trucks and the Xfinities. If you know NASCAR, you know Ross. All gas, no brakes, no no quarter given. That being said, I'm going 2 for 2 on some of my favorite drivers. I've got the diecasts to prove it. Shout out Sheldon Creed, championship truck in his Xfinity. I think Sheldon Creed gets it done finally. Again, it's so tough to pick against. It's so tough to pick against like a Cup Series guy, especially Kyle Larson, who's so good at Darlington. But I really think Sheldon Creed finally gets it done. He finally wins an Xfinity Series race. I'm probably gonna look like an idiot, but finished finished second in the fall race, blew a motor after 16 laps in the spring race last year. Shout out Sheldon Creed. I think Sheldon gets it done finally. Now on to the Cup Series. Oh boy, it's been quite the week since Kansas. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. The racing was good. It was good. Very old school is what I'll say. It was very old school. I'm not a big Denny Hamlin fan. Denny gets the win. Kyle Larson ends up in the wall. I had something in my eye and it hurts. That's the weird part about doing this with a camera now. I keep forgetting I have a camera. Nick Sanchez just took the pole for the trucks. I was really bouncing between him, Hocevar, and Rajah Caruth. Rajah was really good in practice. Nick Sanchez, currently your pole sitter in Truck Series qualifying. Boy, oh boy, the series. Good old fashioned finish. Ross and Noah throw punches on pit road after the race. Noah said Ross ran him in the wall. I think there was room, and it's really tough to talk about this because I really like both drivers. Ross would have got his butt whooped, I believe, if the security guard had not stepped in. But man, it's been tough racing. I understand why Noah's frustrated, and it's not just the incident at Kansas; it's also what happened at Talladega, where Ross, essentially in a way got Noah wrecked. Very tough scenes. Noah Gragson was up front. His rookie year in kind of subpar equipment. I think Grant Enfinger just took the pole. Grant Enfinger currently on the pole after Nick Sanchez just went. So that's interesting. GMS really stepping their game up in the trucks. I understand Noah's frustration. I understand what Noah was trying to do. Because the point he was trying to make is nobody's really stood up to Ross and gone after him for his actions on the track. And that's where the punches came in. Noah grabbed onto him. So, I mean, yeah, you could kind of tell Noah was about to get punched in the face. But, and nobody's going to mess with Ross Chastain now. That's for sure. I don't think anything else is gonna come from it. Ross was talking on Pat McAfee's show, saying everything sounds like it's smoothed over. Race car drivers have long memories. I don't know. We shall see. Hopefully, it's not between those two again. Like I said, I'm a big fan of both of them. Your winners last year, Darlington, Joey Logano and Eric Jones. We just talked about. Well, that Eddie GMS, now Legacy Motor Club, being subpar this year. Eric Jones, he's really good at Darlington. Got the win after a lot of issues at the end of the Southern 500 last fall. Joey Logano punted the hell out of William Byron. If it was anybody other than Joey, I would have been okay with it, but I hate Joey Logano too, so whatever. I hope it's not Logano again this spring. But Penske, they have been, oh boy, they've been so hit or miss this year. I feel like Ryan Blaney has really been Logano has the win, but Blaney has been extremely consistent. He has been extremely consistent, speed wise. Not necessarily finish wise all the time. But super cool chance, I think. If Blaney has speed this weekend, I would love to see Ryan Blaney get a win finally. It's been a long time since he's won a race. Points race. He did win the All-Star race at Texas last year. Oh, I have to pick a winner. I really don't know who to pick. Corey Heim is your pole sitter for Darlington for Tricon Garage for the trucks. Very interesting. Hocevar qualified down in like 18th. So my pick's not looking good. Already not looking good. Oh man, making a pick here is difficult to say the least. Obviously, Logano won last year in the spring. Eric Jones won in the fall. It makes it. I mean, when you have two different winners like that, it makes it tough. I mean, in that fall race or spring race, excuse me, Logano led a lot of laps. He led 107 on his way to the win. Jones kind of gifted the lead with Kyle Busch blowing up from the lead. Oh boy, it's so tough to pick. So tough to pick. Man, I really don't know. I have no idea. Oh man. I think as long as it's not a war of attrition, it's already we've seen at times it's already hard enough to pass in the next gen car. It I don't know if it's a normal race. I feel like it could end up it really could end up being one of two Hendrick drivers. It could be Larson or Byron. They've both been top of the charts fast this year. It's really tough to pick against one of those two and be confident making a pick against one of those two, especially looking back. Byron was so good at the end of the race in the spring. Denny Hamlin's always really good at Darlington, as much as I hate it. Tyler Reddick, I think, could be really good. And the Toyotas have shown speed lately, especially last week in Kansas. Toyotas were all really fast. I don't want to pick somebody that man, I just don't want to pick. I've already picked two of my favorite drivers. I don't want to pick a third one. Hmm. 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 You know what? We're gonna go outside the box a little bit. I'm gonna take a tad bit of a shot here. We're gonna Christopher Bell picking up the win at Darlington. I don't know why. I literally don't. Uh, the cup cars haven't been on track yet. I don't know who's quick. I don't know who unloaded quick. Another really good pick that I thought about taking, but again, I don't want to. I don't want to take a third one of my favorite drivers. Tyler Reddick finished second and third in the two Darlington races last year. Obviously, it's a Tyler Reddick kind of track. Rip the top and be close to the wall if they unload with a good car. Fair to say that Tyler Reddick could end up in victory lane, but I'm gonna stick with Christopher Bell. I have a really good feeling about Christopher Bell for some reason. I would love to see Ryan Blaney in victory lane, but yeah, we're gonna go with Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell wins at Darlington. That's my pick. Man, so much stuff happening this weekend. I feel like we're gonna have to come back Monday and record another. So maybe. No, I'm just kidding. That's all I've got for today. That's my winners picked out for the weekend. We'll run back through them real quick. I got the Heat in Game 6 tonight. I have the Warriors in Game 6 versus the Lakers. Nothing for the MLB winners wise. Hopefully the Tigers keep on winning. That would be nice. As far as Throwback weekend goes, I have Carson Hocevar, Sheldon Creed, and Christopher Bell. and I'm gonna type it in my notes so I don't forget and try to say, I said so and so was gonna win. I think because I won't go back and rewatch this. So there you have it. A new format. I think we're gonna stick to this format. I actually enjoyed this. It's a little different. You get my thoughts on what I feel like were my big three things that I've been seeing lately. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. This is kind of weird. It's on my personal YouTube page, John K. Just look up John K 3 Strikes on YouTube and it should pop right up. As far as Spotify and Apple Podcasts, make sure to follow us and hit follow on there so you can stay up to date. I'm not sure what it is on Apple Podcasts because I don't have it, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Hit that follow button. Follow us on Facebook, 3 Strikes on Facebook, with our nice new logo that we're finally going to get to use more often now, I hope. But that is all. See you guys on Monday, more than likely. Peace.